Somewhere inside Giga Texas, there is a machine so violent, so absurdly powerful, that it is quietly making an entire category of factory robot obsolete. Not slowing them down. Not replacing them with something smarter. Deleting them. For 100 years, building a car meant stamping dozens of separate metal panels and then sending an army of robotic arms to weld them together, one spark at a time, station after station, for hours. Tesla looked at that entire process and decided it was a relic. The answer wasn't a better welding robot. The answer was to stop needing welding robots at all. This is the story of the Giga Press, and why the next generation of it, the one insiders are already calling Giga Press 4.0, is shaping up to be the most disruptive piece of hardware in the entire EV industry. Because this isn't just a bigger machine. It's a different philosophy of manufacturing, and it's about to widen the gap between Tesla and everyone chasing it. Let's start with what already happened, because the numbers are almost hard to believe. When Tesla introduced its giant aluminum casting process for the Model Y, it took a rear underbody that used to be built from around 70 individual stamped parts and turned it into a single piece of cast metal. One shot, one machine, one part. That single change eliminated roughly 1,600 welds. 1,600. Every one of those welds used to represent a robot, a fixture, a possible failure point, and a few extra seconds of build time. Gone. And when Tesla scaled this approach further for later production lines, it didn't just remove a few robots off the floor, it removed around 600 of them compared to the older assembly method. 600 robotic arms that used to weld, position, and inspect, replaced by a press the size of a small building slamming molten aluminum into a mold cavity. Think about what that actually means for a factory. Every robot you remove isn't just a machine you don't have to buy. It's a robot you don't have to program, maintain, repair, calibrate, and power. It's floor space you get back. It's a shorter assembly line, which means a shorter building, which means lower construction costs before you've built a single car. Tesla has said this approach cut the cost of producing that rear underbody section by around 40%. 40% on one part of the car. Multiply that kind of efficiency across an entire vehicle platform and you start to understand why legacy automakers are suddenly obsessed with something they used to consider a manufacturing gimmick. Because here's the twist. The giant press itself isn't actually Tesla's secret. Companies like Hydra build these massive die-casting machines and will happily sell one to Toyota, to BYD, to anyone with the capital. The machine is not the moat. The genuine advantage is everything Tesla had to invent around the machine just to make it work at this scale. Getting molten aluminum to fill a mold the size of half a car, instantly, without trapping air bubbles, without warping, without weak points, is an absurdly difficult materials science problem. That's the part that's hard to copy. That's the part where Giga Press 4.0 is rumored to take another leap forward, with reports pointing to larger clamping forces, faster cycle times, and alloy formulations designed specifically to avoid the heat treatment step that traditionally slows this entire process down. Now, picture the shop floor before any of this existed. A traditional automotive stamping and welding line is loud, long, and labor-intensive in every sense. Sheet metal gets pressed into shape, then it gets moved, station by station, while robotic welders stitch panel to panel, hundreds of times, across a line that can stretch the length of a football field. Every station is a potential bottleneck. Every weld is a potential defect. Every robot is another machine that can go down and stop the entire line behind it. It is an incredibly optimized system, refined over a century, but it is fundamentally a system built around joining small pieces together. Giga Press manufacturing throws that assumption out entirely. Instead of joining dozens of small pieces, you pour, or more accurately, you inject, molten aluminum into a single enormous mold under thousands of tons of pressure, and it comes out the other side as one structural piece. No welds to inspect. No panels to align. No robots standing in a row waiting for the next chassis to roll through. The cycle time for producing one of these castings has been reported at well under 2 minutes, compared to the roughly 2 hours a traditional multi-part underbody assembly could take from start to finish. That is not an incremental improvement. That is a different category of manufacturing speed. And this is exactly why the rest of the industry is scrambling. Toyota has publicly committed to its own gigacasting strategy, promising that combining large-scale castings with modular vehicle architecture could cut the number of manufacturing processes, and the capital investment required to run them, by roughly half. That is Toyota, one of the most process-obsessed car companies on the planet, essentially admitting that the old way of building a car body no longer makes financial sense at scale. In China, BYD has moved just as aggressively, deploying its own ultra-large casting machines through domestic suppliers, racing to bring costs down before Tesla can widen the lead any further. But adopting the machine is not the same as mastering the process, and this is where the real story gets interesting. A single large-scale casting press can cost tens of millions of dollars before you've even built the factory around it. And buying the hardware doesn't hand you the years of trial and error Tesla went through to solve the harder problems, the alloy chemistry that determines whether a giant casting comes out strong or brittle, the vacuum and injection systems that determine whether the metal fills the mold cleanly or traps microscopic defects that can crack under stress years later. Competitors are learning that owning a giant press without owning that underlying expertise is a bit like buying a professional camera and expecting it to make you a photographer. The tool is only half the equation. Let's talk about why this process is so much harder than it sounds, because just pour molten metal into a giant mold makes it sound almost simple, and it is anything but. When you're trying to fill a mold cavity the size of half a car in a fraction of a second, you run into a brutal physics problem. Molten aluminum starts losing heat the instant it touches the cooler steel walls of the mold. If the flow of metal hesitates for even a moment, part of the casting can begin to solidify before the rest of the mold is even filled, creating a weak seam where two fronts of metal meet but never properly fuse. That kind of defect can render an entire casting useless, and at the scale Tesla is operating, a single failed shot represents a meaningful amount of wasted material and lost production time. The solution is speed, extreme speed, injecting the molten metal into the mold cavity almost violently fast so it fills every channel and rib before any part of it has a chance to cool. But that speed introduces a second problem. Moving liquid metal that fast through a complex mold tends to trap tiny pockets of air, and under thousands of tons of clamping pressure, those trapped air pockets get compressed into microscopic voids scattered through the structural metal. Years later, under the stress of a pothole impact or a minor collision, those hidden voids can act as starting points for cracks. So before the injection even begins, the entire mold cavity typically has to be evacuated into something close to a vacuum, pulling out the vast majority of the air so the incoming metal has nothing left to trap. It's an extraordinary amount of engineering just to make sure a single casting comes out structurally clean, and it's precisely the kind of process expertise that a competitor can't shortcut just by purchasing an equally large press. This is also where the conversation gets a little more complicated, because gigacasting isn't a free lunch. A single-piece structural casting is incredibly efficient to manufacture, but it is genuinely harder to repair after a collision. In a traditional car, a damaged frame rail can often be cut out and replaced by an independent body shop. When the entire section is one continuous piece of cast aluminum, a moderate impact that would have been a routine repair on an older platform can, in some cases, push an insurer toward declaring the vehicle a total loss instead. That trade-off, lower production cost against higher repair complexity, is a real and ongoing debate in the industry, and it's one of the reasons some automakers, including parts of Toyota's own strategy, have leaned toward a more modular casting approach rather than going all in on Tesla's single-piece philosophy. So where does Giga Press 4.0 fit into all of this? If the reports and factory scaling signals coming out of Giga Texas are accurate, the next generation of this technology is aimed squarely at pushing every one of these advantages even further. More clamping force to cast even larger structural sections in a single shot. Faster injection and cooling cycles to push more vehicles through the line per hour. And continued refinement of the alloy formulas that determine whether these giant parts come out dimensionally perfect without needing a separate, energy-intensive heat treatment stage afterward. If Tesla manages to remove that step entirely at scale, it doesn't just save time, it saves an enormous amount of energy and factory floor space that would otherwise be dedicated to industrial ovens and cooling systems. Put simply, Every generation of this machine is Tesla widening a gap that started with a simple, almost stubborn idea, that the way cars had been built for 100 years wasn't sacred, it was just familiar. And once you're willing to question something that fundamental, you stop asking how to build a better welding robot, and you start asking why you need one in the first place. Before we get to what this means for the next generation of Tesla vehicles, if you're finding this kind of deep dive into Tesla's manufacturing strategy useful, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed here on DriveTech Tesla, because we break down stories like this multiple times a week, well before most channels even catch on to them. So what does this actually mean going forward? It means the cost advantage Tesla has been building for years isn't just about battery technology or software anymore, it's baked directly into the factory floor itself. Every competitor now chasing gigacasting is playing catch-up on a manufacturing philosophy Tesla has been refining since 2019, and the gap isn't just about who owns the biggest press, it's about who actually understands how to run one at scale without cutting corners. As Giga Press 4.0 moves from rumor to reality, expect the conversation in this industry to shift again, away from horsepower and range figures, and towards something far less glamorous but arguably far more important: who can actually build these cars fast enough, cheap enough, and reliably enough to win the next decade of the EV race. That's where we'll leave it for today. If you want to stay ahead of every Tesla manufacturing update, factory leak, and Elon Musk announcement before it hits the mainstream news cycle, subscribe to DriveTech Tesla and turn on notifications, and check out the video on screen right now for what's coming next out of Giga Texas. So what does this actually mean going forward? It means the cost advantage Tesla has been building for years isn't just about battery technology or software anymore, it's baked directly into the factory floor itself. Every competitor now chasing gigacasting is playing catch-up on a manufacturing philosophy Tesla has been refining since 2019, and the gap isn't just about who owns the biggest press, it's about who actually understands how to run one at scale without cutting corners. As Giga Press 4.0 moves from rumor to reality, expect the conversation in this industry to shift again, away from horsepower and range figures, and towards something far less glamorous but arguably far more important: who can actually build these cars fast enough, cheap enough, and reliably enough to win the next decade of the EV race. That's where we'll leave it for today. If you want to stay ahead of every Tesla manufacturing update, factory leak, and Elon Musk announcement before it hits the mainstream news cycle, subscribe to DriveTech Tesla and turn on notifications, and check out the video on screen right now for what's coming next out of Giga Texas.